Okay, guys, I'm coming with you guys with more videos this morning. I didn't think I would be getting up and doing these videos like this. Um, I'm normally getting up and watching my gospel, okay, but I will be obedient. Last night I was doing a couple of videos, and I kept hearing like boom, bam, boom, but I'm not hearing it like out in my community. Okay, I'm not hearing it like it's actually happening in the community. Okay, it was like I took like somebody was trying to like spiritually threaten me or something of that nature, like to kick my door down and come to my home after me. And I ignored the energy. Okay, I didn't pay it no mind because I was in the middle of a reading. And before I make this video, before I decided to make this video, I kept seeing big giants walk this earth, walk in my units, like a big giant. They showing me that. They kept showing me that this morning, and the giant went underground. So it's them. Okay, I'm going to let you know. Okay, I'm about to let you know. Uh, I was talking about the melons and the sons. Like, well, I haven't told you guys, but I've been watching videos about this guy. He's talking about the melons. He's talking about the heavy metals. Talks about the parasites. He talks about a lot of things. He talks about the man that created church. He talked about the guy that created spirituality. Okay, talks about all that, right? Now, I have to lead this to like the sun horse gods. Okay, um, they are showing up. Okay, they showed up and they went towards my person, and I don't know what happened. It was just like, look, okay, I'm going to tell you the experience that I had with the horse son. Okay, this is the experience. Now, I was just sitting in my house. I didn't know what was going on. You know, all I know is me personally. I know my person attacked me, do spell work on me, da da da. So, which is not my person. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, why are they showing me all this? He was sitting at the table, and I'm guessing this was the way that they were doing spell work. But Horace came, and he I automatically moved back behind Horace. Horace was standing there, and he was looking at him, and he was at a table, and he just started doing something to him. I don't know what he did, but he was holding his head. Okay, he was holding his head, and I had the pool. Then the pool at 7-Eleven in the morning. Anyway, honey child, honey child. So I saw that vision, and while I was sitting here looking at about the giants, which is P2s, which is part of the aliens, P2, P4s. They're part of the aliens and they're grays, okay? They came, okay? They're coming here. They're part of, they want to take us out for our milling, okay? I just found out this information, okay? But they keep showing me this vision. They want me to know something. I hear them saying, please save us. That has nothing to do with us. Okay, yeah, they think that I'm gonna go off. Yeah, cause I hear my person speaking up and saying, "Why did you treat her like that? If you want to help or something like that." Okay, yeah, yeah, okay. They're showing me. I asked them what they're gonna do. They rose up the children. All the kids rose. Okay, hold on. This is gonna sound real crazy, but something's gonna happen in the middle of the night. Okay, they're not gonna walk in front of my unit. So I don't know why they're putting these giant walking in front of my unit. That's not going to happen like that. They're going to come because the aliens come here in front of my unit in the sky. They're going to go in that area, that wooded area. They're going to make it where they're not known or heard or seen. Okay. They will not leave any trace or marks. Okay. They're going to rise those children. There could be a whole bunch of kids underneath the ground in the tunnel. Okay. They showed me. That giant showed me that. Okay. Something about the kids that they're trying to save the children's being captured and saved. They're taking them in the UFO. So these people go back and try to get these kids or try to capture those kids or, you know, take those kids. It's something about them like the kids are being captured. They can be dead to them, okay, but we're spiritually we're bringing them back to life, okay, and they're gonna live. And they're gonna they're gonna live and they're gonna share their gifts. They're gonna show them how to work their talent, their gifts. They're gonna be in regular form. They're showing me. She's showing me. I can't stand her. Just get the fuck out of my energy already. They're gonna teach them their gifts, okay? They're gonna teach them about their DNAs and what they are and who they are. Okay? Yeah, there's a lot of arguing. There's a lot of fighting. They need help. Something's happening in the ethers. Okay, and it's coming to earth. So I got a video I want to share with you guys, okay? And it's talking about the Ninium and the sun and things like that, how people are trying to take out the chosens, okay, trying to destroy them, trying to kill them off and destroy them for their millions, okay? Because the sun is going to be at a beam, okay? My phone didn't fall for nothing. It's going to be a bright beam. The sun is going to get even powerful, more radiated, more heat. And if you notice, a lot of, and I'm not being racist, but a lot of white people can't stand the sun. Okay, they get sunburned, their skin start peeling. Especially if they're reptilians, they skin is gonna cook. Okay, they were actually saying how something about the skins being stripped off of the human body. Okay, they were showing me that. Now you might think this is crazy or whatnot. I might feel a little thrown off about the message, but I have to give the message. I'm a messenger. I'm a helper, spiritual helper. Someone's skin can be being peeled or coat, okay, or somebody could be saying that they are a reptilian, okay. They can no longer hide, and they could be needing a soul, okay. And these Australians are coming out, okay. They can't hide no more, okay. After a while, they're gonna walk the earth in their forms. And this is what they're gonna call. When our new world starts. They're gonna call their new world to start when they start not to have the chemicals or whatnot to cover up their skin or their coats, like their colors. Okay, that's because the sun is gonna prevail even more, so they can't hide. Okay, not even men, they can't hide behind the sun anymore. Okay, remember, we're horse gods, horse sons is at that too. So a lot of things right now are going to be revealed to us in the most, I want to say, demonic way, satanic way. But I have to do more research spiritually to give you guys the direct information, because not only they're going to be given to me, but they're going to help save the children, okay? Because I'm going after the children, okay? And I'm here to bring upon the land and bring love and joy towards the children. You just heard those kids, and I made sure those kids were being heard. Sometimes I make sure I put my eyes on certain kids. Yeah. So to make sure those kids are protected. I am a child of God, the Hamos. That's my job. But something is happening, okay? Something could be happening in a community, okay? Oh, excuse me, y'all. So I have a video I want to play, but I'm going to let this video play, and I'm going to go get my coffee, okay? I'm going to let this video play. You guys taking heed into this message, okay, that I get to play. But she's going to be talking about the Espertrillians and about the melons in the body, and how the sun is going to be real standing out, and how people are not going to be able to withheld or stand the sun. And some people might pass on during the sun, but if you're a sun god, you're gonna endure the sun, okay? And if you got melons in your body, you're gonna be able to stand the sun, okay? Because the sun is gonna be standing out like more light, more flame from the sun. It's gonna be, you know, how the little lines, the little sun be with the beams around the suns. That's what's gonna just bring out the whole that energy, okay, for the sun to be more intense, okay. Just keep logging me out. Peace to all. the heck? It don't want me to play the video. It's keep logging me out. That's crazy. I don't know why it's keep doing that, but it's locking me out. It's locking me out my page. I don't know what is going on. Okay, yeah, talk to me, please talk to me. Cause what? Okay, y'all. Hold on, wait a minute. I can't function with all this air on me. I don't like being all that cold now. Y'all, I know you heard that noise. That zoom. Y'all, I'm literally in my living room. I said my grandpa coming, my papa coming. So I really hurry up and went to the window to open up my curtain. I'm gonna let y'all see. I ain't gonna let y'all see me, but okay. So I walked over here. Don't mind them clothes, y'all. That's my clothes. I'm drying them. But I walked over here to open up the curtain. Right, I told y'all every morning I'll get up and I open up my curtains, okay, and or whatnot or have you. So when I walked over here, I heard the big sound, and I've been hearing it for the last couple nights. I'm like, why am I keep hearing that? What is the problem? What is the issue? Why am I keep hearing this sound? Right, y'all. So when I normally don't raise this up, but I raised it up last time when he came. So I know you're coming, okay? I don't know why, but I just felt it. So, yeah, I rose up the curtain in the window. So the window's open. They're telling me to change the water too. It needs to be changed. I opened up the curtain, right? And I opened up the window. The window was cracked. And they were sounding off like emergency, like just like that. And I would often think that it was coming from this little box back here. You know, when I moved here, they used to have cable. Okay? Cable. Oh, dang. They used to have cable here. And that's y'all, let me get it right. That's the box right there. Okay? And y'all, when I tell y'all the divine is protecting me, divine is protecting me. Like, so serious. My window was up a little bit. Air was coming through and it zoomed all of that noise for me to grab my attention. So now I slammed it all away. Okay. I'm going to change my water. It is dirty. They've been drinking it though. Yep, he's been drinking it when he comes. Yeah. I put a lot of water in there. I put it up to the brim. Okay, that's how I know when he's drinking it when he comes. And I knew it was something. I knew my grandfather knew who I was as a kid. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm being reminded. And see, people will take things into bad concept. Okay? About certain things being revealed or certain family members revealing stuff to you about certain people in the family. I'm going to tell you what my grandfather used to say. And this was his favorite words. He would say, you want her? You want to buy her? You want to buy? But I was thinking he was playing, okay? And he would really say that. But he was relating. He was telling me something. And I was a kid. And I would say, Papa, don't do that. And my auntie would say, don't tell people that. And there was a store called 7-Eleven. No, Lucky 7. Okay, back in the day when I was young. And me and my papa would walk to that store and make groceries. And I had an uncle. don't think, no, his name wasn't it. They telling me that Uncle Sweet Pea. It wasn't no Uncle Sweet Pea. That's how I know people don't know. And they try to redirect me about people in the family. And no, this man sold my papa the house that we live in. And he was a big, he was a big guy. A big guy. He was an older man. He would stay at the store flirting with them people, baby. I'm telling you. He stay at the store flirting with the women. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I can't call this man name, but I'm gonna say this. Or I say what I'm about to, well, I'm gonna say it later. Okay? But my papa used to ask that man, do he wanna buy me? Okay? And he said, oh Lou, you ain't selling nobody, Lou. You just talking that talk. Or whatever. He would tell my papa that. And my grandpa wouldn't say too much, they'll laugh it off or whatever. But my papa knew that man was up there flirting with all them women. He knew, and every time we go in the store, it's like he be waiting for my papa. Okay? I don't know if it was something really going on between him and my papa, where the house that they sold my papa, they know that house was cursed. Okay? And before you know it, that lady and his wife passed away first. And then he passed away, and my papa and them was still living. I knew I was a kid. And I went, well, I ain't gonna say witnessed it. I went to their house before. And I went to the house when it broke down, we two down. So I don't know if that's a house that my papa was trying to tell me about that was left to me too. Okay? But it's not a coincidence that I'm bringing this up and my papa telling me. I rose my window for my papa to come through. So he's trying to tell me something. He just came here this morning and peeked at me. Okay? While I was on one of the lives talking to y'all. And I looked up at him and I was about to say, hey, but I said, I did like that. Okay? So your grandfather could be telling you that something's here. Something has been left behind to you. And his soul not gonna rest until you have some type of peace or justice in whatever has been going on, transpired in your personal life. He's been a witness to what's been going on, okay? And quite frankly, if they popping up on you here, they're popping up in the ethers. So whatever these spiritual readers are saying, or whatever these people that's attacking you, going to these readers and reveal to you, it's the truth. It's the truth. They're popping up on the ethers, they're hurting, they're torturing these people. And that's what they're not going to say. And they want to turn it around for you to help them because they can't beat you. So it's like, okay, we can't beat you. You have to join us. We need your help. Now I'm helping them and I'm like, okay, you say you're helping me, but people not realizing how dirty they did you. But it's the way your mind and your spirit said, God won't even allow you to have that type of thought on your mind of what somebody ain't did or what somebody trying to do for you. It's not even that. It's the fact that God is sitting back and watch them. Okay, He's watching them to try to reveal certain things to you to align you with whatever's going on with them. But it's more of a shield of protection and abundance of blessings coming in, because a person only giving you so much or preventing so much when it's a whole lot that's owed to you. That's why the divine will not allow you to work with secret side of occult members, because they play little games, okay? And you not to be played with, because in reality, they need you. You don't need them, okay? Yeah, but something's going on in the ethers, okay? Okay, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Why this thing is so damn loud? Okay, y'all. So y'all know I had to wash my little clothes on my hands the other day. So let me get me the right. Okay, I'm doing this whole morning thing with y'all this morning. Okay, so let me put my clothes on, but I don't want to be up here, you know, all dysfunctional on the live, which I should have got myself together before I got on live, but you know, it is what it is. Everything is not. I'm gonna tell you something. When you get in divine truth, okay, it might be in divine timing, but he never said if you was what you was gonna do, what type of timing. He didn't say it was gonna be on your time or his time. This morning is his time, okay, not our time. Okay, now I feel a lot better. Okay, one of my shirts done dried. Okay, I got a pair of, got a couple of shirts up here. No, if they dry yet. Nope, it's still wet. God damn it. Got some pants up here too, they still wet. God damn. Got another pair of pants up here, they still wet. Okay. All right, whatever. Okay, so um there's a lot of things that's about to be revealed to you all. I want to show you guys that video. Okay? I really do. Um Okay, so wow, that sun is beaming out. Yeah, sun god, sun. All right, all right, all right, sun god. Okay. So, anyways, y'all. So, I had a feeling he's coming today. Okay, my grandfather's coming. He's gonna reveal himself. Um, so y'all, 777, and my phone is on 77%, and I just saw 2927 on the timeline. So all is well. Um, all is well. You're standing in your truth. So something about the alien energy, they want us to reveal something. They want something to be showed out. But I feel like what they're trying to show us and trying to reveal, well, I can't say us because nobody having my experience in the community that I'm living in. Okay, remember, guys, we did state about the community how would I say this, about the community being under some type of investigation or organized crime that the community could have put you in. Okay, and something they needing you now. Okay, something's being revealed in the community. Okay, where they're getting proof and evidence about what's going on in the community where you once lived at, where um, things happen. Okay, it did. The streets that I walked on, people was actually getting killed over there. The areas where I felt like something was going on or was going to happen, I walked that street and I was actually live on my phone and I was telling everybody, I was like, yeah, something's going to happen over here. And when I was walking in the area, I saw the UFOs all in the sky. I was letting people see it. I was on live. At the time, I was big on TikTok, not YouTube. Uh, So it's a lot of things that's going to be exposed. Okay.
Peace to all of the divine primordial deities.
Listen.
Grand rising, wherever you are. Y'all already know what it is. I am not here for the dead. I am only here for the awakened. If it resonates, let it marinate. If it don't apply, let it fly. Now let's get deep. Now, I am here to share some very valuable information with you all that has been placed on my spirit. And we are literally currently in the happening. And we are on the precipice of the 26,000 years precession of the equinox occurring, which is the returning of the golden age where the deities walk the earth. Now, understand that every 26,000...
It cut off.
Peace to all of the divine primordial deities. Grand rising, wherever you are. Y'all already know what it is. I am not here for the dead. I am only here for the awakened.
Got a pile of clothes you never wear anymore? Turn them into cash with Vinted. Snap a photo, list your item. Easy. Once it sells, the buyer becomes shipping.
I'm challenging. A lot of people that's here could be already dead here. Okay? There have been a lot of unalivings or souls that's already gone that's here in human forms, but there are like some extra resilient spirit demons or something like that. Yeah. They just haven't they haven't passed over. They're still here. And they're just capturing them here to do these with these organized crimes. Because often I'll be sitting here, I just see roaches just popping out of nowhere. That's a person spitting out roaches or coming through portals as roaches. Have you ever seen the Men in Black? Y'all been watching the Men in Black, like left, right, and I've never seen the time to watch it. Like, so when I watch this show, I'm going to sit down. I'm about to actually watch that shit today. Okay? Like, today is Sunday. I'm going to get into the word. And then I'm being pulled away from the word too, because that's a trap too. So I'm a working being. I can't stay asleep. They're talking about things, and they're not even talking about certain people in the Bible. They're talking about certain things in the Bible. They're not talking about the excuse me, what it's a I can't get out, so I'm tipping in my tongue. It started E. I can't get it. Luke, Matthews, John, Solomon. They're not talking about these people in the Bible. They're not talking about the red and black horse. They're not talking about these people in the Bible. They're not talking about it's a Bible, it's a scripture in the Bible, and they talks about how men will be putting the parents to death, and the men will be putting the kids to death, and the kids will be putting the parents to death. They're not talking about things that's actually going on in this world. Okay? So I cannot keep my mind and my spirit trapped there. And I refuse to be trapped there just because the word is there that they revealed. That don't mean that I have to live that way or I have to stay in that cycle, because it's a cycle. I lived that cycle all my life. It's time for me to change and go into my spirituality of who we really are. And I'd rather do that than sit here and repeat something that I'm ascending a higher in. Okay? Dang, I'm going to TikTok and YouTube, so what the heck?
Resonate, let it marinate. If it don't apply, let it fly. Now let's get deep. Now, I am here to share some very valuable information with you all that has been placed on my spirit. And we are literally currently in the happening. And we are on the precipice of the 26,000 years precession of the equinox occurring, which is the returning of the golden age where the deities walk the earth. Now, understand that every 26,000 years there is a great reset, and there's a catastrophic event that occurs. And that catastrophic event is the sun. Okay? Getting active and going supernova. Now, Let's get deep. The 13 scientists that we all have been told about that has miraculously died or vanished were working on anti-gravity. And one of them stood out to me, and her name is Amy. She spoke of the gray aliens. She called them the P52s and the P53s. She also stated that it was us in the future. Now, let me just break some things down. It's not us. It's them. Now, there was a documentary that came out a long time ago, and it was a white man that was talking to a gray alien. And in this documentary, the gray alien told him, I am you, and you are me. They have always stuck out to me. Now, I'm currently reading this book that's called The Montu Tibetan by Peter Moon. And in this book, it talks about all of the technology, everything that they invented, all the way up into the unidentified objects that we have been seeing, which in this book it states that they are created by our own government. They are manufactured here. They are not the real deal. Now, in this book, it even shows the UFOs and what they invented. And also in this book, it stated that they came across these beings, hear me clear, that was underground. And they identified them as being the Great.
Being the Great. I want to stop it there for a minute. I want to have a story time with you guys about this topic. And I want to speak some direct truth to you all. I don't want you guys to be confused or misled to what I'm supposed to say. First things first, sorry for me, having the phone this way, that way, while you guys are actually trying to listen to the video. I know that could be a little bit disturbing, okay, because this is where you learn, okay, and I had to put my phone on charge. I didn't want you guys to get interrupted or my phone cut off, and I had to make a part 2. So I had to hurry up and put my phone on the charger, okay? My fault. But moving forward, I had a dream about UFOs. I was maybe like 8, 9, or 10 years old, and these were a gray alien. They were gray. They're trying to confuse me. That's why I say they're going to handle the people that's trying to block out what's happening, what's transforming with us as chosen beings. A lot of people know what they've done here. So moving forward, because she's trying to block my message this morning, trying to harvest my energy basically, but I call my energy and my power back, knowing and unknowingly. So moving forward, I remember being like 8 years old. Now I'm gonna take you down this dream state that I had. Okay. I remember being in the bed with my grandmother. Okay. A couple of nights before I had this dream, I remember getting up out of the middle of my sleep and I'm walking the floor. I remember my Aunt Lisa came to me and she said, girl, what is you doing? Go back in that room and go lay down. And I did. And one night I got up and I went to the closet. I don't know what it was in the closet, but I went in the closet. And I started seeing that I was just wake up out my sleep doing things that I normally wouldn't do. Okay? I never said nothing to nobody or nothing. I just, when they saw me, they stopped me from walking out. I used to sleepwalk. Okay? So this particular night, they made sure I remember everything. Everything that I went through and experienced. They made sure that I was awakened because they wanted me to know who they were and the type of authority and power that they had over a situation when it came to my family, trying to kill me, okay, trying to sacrifice me, okay. I'm not in a place where I'm knowing these things. My mind is not there to say that I'm aware that my family's going to sacrifice me, okay. I'm in the unknown. I don't know. I don't know what's taking place at this time, okay? But I remember getting up, walking to the front door, and I walked to the stairs. They stood there at the stairs and they waited for me. They were waiting for me to come out. I came out and I asked them, where were we going? He said, you coming with me, we're gonna save you from your family. I said, you gonna save me from my family? So I walked. And I can't say that because I didn't really say nothing, but me personally just sitting here, it's like, you still save me from my family, you know? So I didn't really see what color they were. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. But to me, they were gray. And why I state this, because personally, I've known them to be gray. Okay? The chest was red. Right here was all red. It was lit up. And that's how I knew we were telepathically communicating. Okay? We were talking in the mind. Okay? We didn't speak out. We talked in the mind. And I walked to the UFO. It wasn't stairs or nothing. It was like just a little bridge, a little hump thing that I would walk on. And I got in that UFO. I can tell you right now, in this reality, that was part of my reality. Because something was happening in the physical that I had to be known that I was going to be saved from. Okay? So, in that moment that I had that experience, I got in that UFO. And when I got in the UFO, it was like cameras, like little box TVs built in, and a whole bunch of like buttons around. Yeah, it's like buttons around in the corner. I don't know if they slept there or what, but how would I say this? I remember them tying me down on like this metal thing. Okay, it was metal. And I laid down and they were tying me down. And I remember him not laying, but standing over me, looking at me. And I'm sitting there looking at him and I said, why are you tying me down? And he said, because we're going to take off really fast. I said, oh, okay. Okay, so it was, I never noticed or known who or what really did I know what to ask. I never really just dawned on that. What made me ask that? But I guess because they were tying me down. So while they tied me down, I ended up waking up. Out of the dream. I don't know what happened after that, but I do remember a moment where I think the next day, that afternoon, I woke up and I was sitting outside on the front porch and I was looking at the dragonflies in that spot where they had done parked the UFO at in the front yard. That's the God honest truth. It was dragonflies flying around in a circle. It was a whole bunch of them. And after that, it just like my grandma used to come outside and sit outside with us. Well, I said us, sit outside with me. And I remember my grandmother never had shoes on her feet, and her feet would be real big and swole. And I would say, Grandma, put your shoes on. She didn't like to put her shoes on. She was getting grounded. My grandmother was having dreams too. She never said nothing though. But now that I'm aware, she never liked to put shoes on. She liked to put her feet on the ground and feel the heat from the ground. And that was her moment to get grounded. She didn't walk. She didn't say nothing. She didn't say nothing about the experience that she was having. But one time, and it was about some ducks in the closet. And I started dreaming about the closet. I dreamed about me walking up in the attic in the closet. And when I got to the attic, it was like, I don't know if it was like suitcase or hidden money or something was hidden. It was something about a suitcase, a business suitcase. Okay. And then I started digging in the closet. Yeah. I had the dream so many times. I started going in the closet and I saw checks. These checks were blank checks. There was nothing wrote on those checks. And then it was like I was being a witness at a young age. My grandfather, he was trying to tell me. He was trying to tell me that there's somebody left me money in it, and I have checks that's covered in my name. And somebody else could be receiving it. I was about 8, 9, 10 years old. Okay? And during this time, my papa worked at the Port of Beaumont. Okay? And he worked on the ships. Okay, he used to bring big boxes of Skittles, M&Ms, all kind of shit home. He used to bring like the military food, like the little cookie cakes and you know, hot and ready things. Like you could warm it up right then and there using plastic and I don't know, it was just weird. He would bring that home. And during that moment, y'all, and I started seeing him write out checks to the people. And I was standing there, I remember being at the door while the people, because I would answer the door. And they were coming to pick up their checks from the job. Okay? And my papa was writing checks for these men that worked at the Port of Beaumont. And those the checks that I saw that was in the suitcase. It was red and white checks. Okay? And it had I had another envelope. It was a whole bunch of papers. Whole bunch of papers. I didn't know what I was looking at. I was just digging. Being a kid, being nosy. I wanted to know what's going on. Because I keep having these dreams about the closet. There's suitcases in the closet. It was something I was supposed to see, and it was the checks. Okay? I'm going through awakening right now. Something's triggered me to be aware of something. Okay? And there's some checks that was owed to me that's supposed to be coming to me. And it came from my father. The man that I thought was my dad, that's not my dad. Now, before I get to this part, I want you to hear this. So, I used to go outside at night. Like, it used to be hot in our house. And I would go outside with my aunt. And my aunt would tell me, don't look at this, don't look up. She was like, if you look up, hold on, I'm missing a part. They're trying to check, they're checking me. So when I was sitting outside on the front porch after I had that dream about the UFOs coming in the yard and sitting in that spot, they was flying in circles, right? So while they flying in a circle, I remember seeing my Amy. I cut my eye, and she was looking at me through the window. She was staring at me. I didn't think nothing of it, but I'm like, damn, why she's staring at me? And she's staring at me, so I just kept looking at the UFOs or whatever. And it's like ever since then, like I would get in fights with my cousins all the time. All the time, no matter what it was about. We just was fighting about the stupidest, smallest things. And after a while, when we fighted or we at it seemed like it was like chaos around the home ever since. My mama didn't like my auntie. I guess because my mom knew my auntie was trying to hurt us or trying to harm us. Like my mom got some type of universal nudge or something like that. It was just a lot of things that transpired after I had that experience. Okay? And I remember one of my aunties wanting to take me to live with them, but they didn't never let me hear that. They didn't let me know that until my cousin got grown and I got a certain age. The divine was showing me, go to her. I would run away and I would go to my cousin's house all the fucking time. I don't care what went on because they were jumping on me. Okay? And I don't know if it was a form of a way of her protecting me or making sure they don't hurt me or whatever. But it was one day where I was with my papa. And my papa had just got home from work or something like that, or got home from a job. And it was late at night. And I went to jump on my papa. and I fell, and I cut my head open, and I got a big dent in my head. And I believe that was the time right after that, and they reminded me. It was right after that they knew they was trying to kill me. They knew. They did. My enemy was trying to kill me when I was a kid. When I was at the hospital, I had passed out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I died. I honestly say I died. They reminded me. I did die, like a natural death. I remember being in the car with my mom, and my mom would tell my papa to hurry up, hurry up. They was holding something on my head. Underneath my head, I was bleeding out, and I passed out. I died. I say I died, okay? I woke up in the hospital on a metal bed. Yeah, the same bed that I was in the UFO. They laid me right on it. They didn't put me in a bed or nothing. And when I woke up, it was a white lady. She was standing over me. I never knew who she was. I don't remember who she was. It was something transpiring. Okay? Something had transpired, and because she knew I was going to wake up. So how did you know to stand right there? I didn't have an IV in my hand. I didn't have nothing. And I just woke up and looked, and she was standing right there. She was like, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" She said, "Is your head hurting? Are you okay now?" And I looked at her and I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And my head was tingling. And she asked, "Was my head okay?" And I told her, "Yeah, but it was tingling, but it wasn't hurting." And I don't remember nothing else after that. I don't remember going to my mom. I don't remember walking to my mom. I don't remember saying anything to my mom after that. I don't even remember going home. I don't. I won't lie to you. So, it's crazy shit, right? And every time I dream about this or bring this up, it's always something new that comes up. Like, so now I want to know who the lady is. I would care to meet her. And seem like to me, she's aware of me. They showing me her. I don't know if this is really her, but she got blonde hair. Like brownish brown hair, light brown hair. And she got a bob. They showing me that. I don't know if that's her or not. I don't remember, but they give me pure sight. Okay? Yeah. That's crazy. But they knew that they're going to try to take me out. So, you guys, I know that kind of threw you guys off a little bit. And I'm just kind of paused because I'm really like deep in thought a little bit too. Moving forward. So this expatriates, we're breaking up to who we are. We're going back into spiritual divine time in certain places of what happened. And I'm going to tell you why. That's how you know you're on a different timeline. Remember, I was doing readings yesterday, and I said that we're on different timelines, okay? And these people are operating like we're on the same timelines. Some people are here, and they're in regrets of what they caused us. Setbacks, blockers, and delays due to lies and discrimination, okay? And I kept remembering back the past. I'm like, no, there's something back there that I need to be worried about, but my son. Okay, so they could be telling me something about my son, but I kept seeing myself going to the courts too. But more to the story, because that part will be another story. So more to the situation is that I end up having a moment where I find myself talking about this every now and then. Then I start seeing where things were directly in my face and I wasn't paying, like I was watching the videos, it wasn't dawning on me. Okay, meaning like it wasn't dawning on me that I was a Horus son, okay, a Horus god or whatnot, what have you. I wasn't aware, but I'm watching like, you know, horses and the horse feeds and how they get like these little things in their feeds and these sores on their feeds, and I'm just like dang, like why does it seem so like rewarding or satisfying to see somebody's wound being healed, you know, because I'm a healer too, but it was something that hit different with the horse, right? So it was a lot that I was experiencing, and it was right there in my face. So I'm going to show you guys another video about the Horus gods and the Horus sons. After I finish, then you guys listen to this video.
Braids, big heads, big black eyes, slim, trim body, very skinny, and looked at slimy and wet like. And they made treaties with them. They was able to experiment on the population while they drive around in their UFOs. So,
okay, what she said, there was tall, slim, and thin. They were made like trees, and the big eyes. They were showing me that type of person, but it didn't seem to be wet. But they were showing me that person, that spirit, walked extraterrestrials, walk right in front of my unit.
Open a Chime checking account in 2 minutes, and we'll buy you up to $200.
They were showing me that extraterrestrial walking in front of my unit before I tapped that video, okay, and showed y'all, because I just posted a video telling you guys about it, but I kept holding back about the extraterrestrials coming, okay. They're coming, and they're signs. They're trying to tell me that there's gonna be sciencing on those bodies. But they rose those bodies up. They rose those kids up. Something is happening, okay? And they want the chosen ones to save them, or they could be trying to place us in the crossfire of what's going on with them for us to be set back or blocked off or delayed. And we're not accepting, so we're being guided and we're being spiritually protected by whatever that's forming that they're trying to put us or rob us in. Okay, now remind you guys, I'm supposed to have been sacrificed here. Okay, they're supposed to took me out here, me and my son. But they're giving me information to protect them. Now I make me feel like you saw me in an environment for me to be mistreated, and then turn around and want me to help these people that actually came up against me, trolled me, gang stalked me, smear campaigned me. And it's not me saying like being bitter. It's just that I haven't forgotten. I'm still in that situation there. Okay. Moving forward to say, we have to protect these children. Okay, it's something about the kids that needs to be captured and saved. I was being pulled to the kids. Okay, so whatever's trying to form against the children now, access has been denied. Yeah, I'm letting you know. Access to whatever they were trying to do towards someone else's children, or trying to have someone to sacrifice their kids, or snatch these kids up out their home, or had to keep the parents walk the kids to these people. Like, that shit is a no-no. It's not happening. Whoever kids that was going up to be next to be sacrificed, access was denied. And because I'm saying so, because the truth has been revealed. Okay? That's why these aliens kept revealing themselves here over me, because of what they were doing to me. And I heard that's right. And now the ones that was part of the organized crime, those people wasn't involved. So how you going to come for somebody's kid or try to have somebody's kid be sacrificed to something, and those people wasn't involved? They might have knew about it, but they didn't cross my turf. Moving forward, you have no right kind of really, I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad, y'all. I'm getting mad. I'm getting real angry. And in this type of situations, I have to stay calm because it's more it's things that has not been prevailed. Okay.
Peace to all of the divine primordial deities. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Peace to all. It's not us. It's them. Now, there was a documentary that came out a long time ago, and it was a white man that was talking to a gray alien. And in this documentary, the gray alien told him, I am you, and you are me. That have always stuck out to me. Now, I'm currently reading this book that's called The Muntu Tibetan by Peter Moore. And in this book, it talks about all of the technology, everything that they invented, all the way up into the unidentified objects that we have been seeing, which in this book it states that they are created by our own government. They are manufactured here. They are not the real deal. Now, in this book, it even shows the UFOs and what they invented. And also in this book, it stated that they came across these beings, hear me clear, that was underground. And they identified them as being the Greys. Big heads, big black eyes, slim, trim body, very skinny, and looked at slimy and wet like. And they made treaties with them. They was able to experiment on the population while they drive around in their UFOs. So, while they drive around in the UFOs and what they created, the treaty was y'all can take the people and experiment, right? So now, seeing this today, it always dawned on me that these gray aliens, it was something to them. It was always on my spirit that.
Now, she said they're taking the bodies and experimenting. Now, they just showed me that those bodies was there and those bodies was being rose. Okay? They didn't show me where the bodies went or nothing, but the bodies, all those bodies rose up. Okay? They rise. Okay? Now, the other day I made a video and it was telling me about the kids. Okay? Now, this may not be secret what I'm just, excuse me. This may not be what you want to hear me say. Okay? So I saw a whole bunch of kids underground. Not underground, underwater. I saw a whole bunch of kids underwater. And I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to say nothing else because I don't need to be pulled in. So I'm going to leave it like that. Some of these children are not gone. They're coming back in this life with the new life, with the new earth. Some of them gonna tell you what happened. They're gonna tell you that their parents took them out, or they were with the aliens and they picked them to come down here to be with this family. Like they're gonna tell you. We're gonna have the chosen ones gonna have insight about our children that passed away that's coming back. They're gonna tell you how they died. They're gonna tell you who killed them. They're gonna tell you all of that they have to give you closure. So these new children, these new babies that's coming up in this world, they're spiritual. That's why a lot of us are being told to have home births. Okay? Home birth, because these people do some type of they put these chemicals in them, okay, to weaken the cells, to weaken the mind, to lose their memories. If you ever known about having a child called an afterbirth, Okay, you go through this type of you have an afterbirth that give you all the DNA. If you ever looked at it, it's nothing but veins. That's all your DNAs. That's all the people in your family. That's their DNAs. And you take that and they do sciences on it, pulling up all your bloodlines and who's who in the bloodline and names and all. You can do a lot with that. Instead, people take that persona, they let it dry out, they crumble it up, and they put that back in the system, which is cool. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay? You're supposed to eat your persona. You're supposed to take the nutrients back in your body. Okay? It take you less longer to heal. Okay? And it give you all your vitamins that was released. Okay? But say all this to say, that is like a family tree. It is. You would like to say it? It's like a family tree. It's stems. It's veins. It's like a tree. Okay? Moving forward. These babies are coming back. These babies.
They was us, or either it was them. Now, in her video, she stated that there was an event that took place in the future. And in this event, many of the beings went underground and some of them stayed on the surface. But the ones that stayed on the surface miraculously lived. Hear me clear. Now, keep in mind, in this book it stated that they discovered these beings underground. Which means that what you said about these being ultra-terrestrial is correct. Because they are from here. Originally from here. Nowhere else. Now, what if I told you guys that we are in the past and the future has not happened yet? Because it hasn't. The beings that is here now that have been coming back here, it's from the future, which is the Greys. They're coming here, back to the past, to try to alter their demise that happens in the future. Well, what do you mean, Tahuti? The future event that occurs is the 26,000 years precession of the equinox. It has everything to do with the sun.
She's not lying, because I just had an experience where I saw me being killed. Okay? I saw me being sacrificed. They showed me my knife. I don't know if you guys been watching my videos, but if you've been watching my videos, they've been showing me that they was killing me, sacrificing me, okay, to gain my talents, my gifts, whatever, okay? And it has a lot to do with the extraterrestrial people, okay, that these people are a part of, that they're not talking about. This shit goes real deep, okay? That's why I be cautious into what I grab information on. But to who I am, I'm not to be limited in certain things. I need to be in the inner knowing, because I have a soul mission, okay? And I need to learn who I am and what my missions are. It's not like we don't know the missions, but we need to know about our spiritual selves, if that makes sense. Because we can know about the world, but do you know about the sun gods? Do you know what the sun gods went through? The horse gods went through? Do you know their positions besides helping, besides, protecting children? Do you know the things that they had to experience to go through that? Okay? And that's what we need. That's what a lot of us are being awakened to and aware to. And I know you guys are wondering, like, why am I holding my stomach? Because they're attacking my chakras. Okay? They're trying to put fear into me, into gaining knowledge. And I'm not in the fear. Okay? If I was scared, you would hear the tone in my voice, my voice pipe a shift. It will seem, I will sound scared. I'm in a place of position where I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to grow. I'm accepting what's going on, and I'm accepting it for my greatest good. Okay? And I'm doing my soul mission. Okay? So it's no room for fear. I'm hungry to learn. Okay? I'm going to say this. They said, why you say you was a lion? Because I wait for my prayer. I prayed, didn't I? I prayed. I say my prayers. And I'm going to tell you, like I used to tell the people, and this is something that I always say, and I never really said it. I haven't said it here lately at all. I'm like a lion in the woods. And I am. And I wait for my feed. I watch. Think about it. I'm a horse god. Think about it. Okay? Think about what I'm going to say. Just listen and think. Okay? And I wait for my prayer. Now in this reality, I'm praying. I'm waiting for a sign. I'm waiting for an okay. I'm waiting for assurance. I'm waiting for awareness, of clarity. Right? Spiritually, I'm lying. I'm waiting for my prayer. I'm praying, and you got to wait till your food comes so you can attack it and eat it. Right? Okay. So I said I was like a lion in the woods. Waiting for my moment, waiting for my prayer, waiting for me to harvest it to eat. And I see, now I strike. I take it. Okay? That's how I saw, that's how I put in mind of my reality, my spiritual reality versus my real reality. Okay? So that's what I sell. And I came as a lion. Instead, that's a strength. That means I'm empowered. I'm comforted. Okay? Now moving forward. How long we been live?
The event that took place in the future has already happened. The war has already been won. That's what y'all need to understand. It has already happened. The gray aliens that is coming back here is the ones that went underground, which was them who could not take the sun in the future, which is in another timeline. And what happened was the sun altered their DNA. They went underground and they ended up transforming into the grays.
So who's to say they're not trying to transform the children? Who's to say that they're not taking these people underground and giving them a life to come back? Who's to say that? Because these people, while they're here, if you ever notice, they always talk about how would you know if the, how would I say this? How would you know whether to go to the dark or the light? Like, how would you know? They learn all the information here. So when they get to that point, because they know they're going to cross over or they know they're going to pass over, they don't. They want to come back. And they come back in different forms. Why you think people say, oh, dang, you got a twin. Oh, I remember you. They've been here before. And they try to confuse the chosen one, the awakened souls, to them being back here, coming back here. Using some type of DNA of theirs or yours. Okay? That's how they end up cloning. Okay? I need you guys to stay with me in this. I know it's a lot that transpired. I know it was a lot that was being said on here, but you guys need to get understanding. Okay? So, I'm going to leave you here, y'all. I'm going to finish out this video with y'all, but I'm going to do my morning because it's a lot. Okay?
The ones that stayed on the surface had the mark, which is what the Bible called the mark of the beast, which is carbon 12. Now remember I told you it's going to come a time where only those who have neuromelanin and melanin is going to be able to live on the surface. This is what I was talking about. Those who have melanin and neuromelanin is going to be the ones that's going to be able to.
Come on.
Is about a white man coming to the South
withstand the sun when it goes supernova. Why? It's because that sun is going to activate the carbon-12 and make it radioactive. That is the Big Bang. The nucleus that's inside of the atom, which is also...
She's not lying, y'all, because I keep having this moment where the word is going to split, okay? I don't know why, but it's like the beams of the light, like this earth is going to split, okay? And it's going to be colored. It's not going to be like, I don't know, it's not going to be blue. It's like, it's going to be the chakra colors or something like that. Something of that nature is going to go, you're going to see. So what you witness, like in the spiritual realm or in certain realms when you enter into, like say for instance, you smoke the purple, what is it called? The purple sunflower. Your dream states go into spiritual colors. Okay, I need you to pay attention to your dream states, because your dream states, if you're having dark dreams, that's a dark person sending you those dark dreams. Okay, like if and you are light being, someone's hijacking your spiritual dream state. Okay, and I was being guided. Thank you. I was being guided to sit up on the edge of my couch and say about that person, my person, and them penetrate my dream state, being nosy, getting information about what's going on in my personal life, like trying to work out something in the realms with me, and I'm not in agreement. Okay, and I didn't even say that this morning, so I'm saying it now. I come out of every agreement that was spoken in the known or the unknown, unwillingly and unconsciously. Yeah, because they tried to put me in agreement of some shit. Okay? And instead of me saying it, I'm exposing what was spoken about. Okay? So someone trying to put you into some type of agreement, I'm not in no agreement with nobody. Okay? I'm not. I'm letting it be known. I'm saying it out loud on here. I'm not. Okay? I didn't agree with motherfuckers and I still ain't got my blessings. I'm not having it. I'm not going for it. I would not be used spiritually. I would not be used for somebody else's spiritual gain. Okay? So I was being guided to sit on the edge of my couch and speak out. And I said, I don't have to sit on the edge of the couch. Like, I don't have to prove, like someone want to guide you to do something, but the way you doing it is, it's like you standing your own truth of how you doing something. Someone wants to redirect you to make it be known, like, no, I saw her, this, that, and the third. And the divine is like, you don't have to prove that. And it's like them wanting to be a witness to you leaving out of your energy or coming out of your dream state, right? And I spoke out. I didn't speak out. I said, he's not welcome to my dream state. She is not welcome to my dream state. And that last night, y'all, I really couldn't sleep. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I stayed up to them almost 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. I did. And I woke up at the crack of dawn. I woke up at 5 something this morning. No, it was 6. Okay? Woke up at 6 something. Okay? So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy your morning. I started off really early with you guys, and it's just like, oh gosh, it's draining. Okay? All right. Bye. I'm gonna see if I can, let's see.
Which is Adam, the original man, is the nuke. And when that carbon-12 become active, boom, we are the Big Bang. And understand, when the Big Bang occurred, it's going to be radiation that's going to not just come from the sun, but off of us. That's going to affect those who do not have melanin, which is the mark, the extra protection, which is the highly advanced technology that protects them from it. All right? Instead, it's going to alter them. So the gray aliens that she talking about, it is them. It was never us. We're the ones that's in the future that have returned back to our deity status, that is walking the surface. They're living underground, not just there in the future, but also here. They are the people that were here, and they're coming back to the past where we at to try to alter their demise that took place in the future. Because we already won the war. The sun already returned in the future, which is the Christ. This, like Christ said, Christ said, think not that I come to bring peace, but a sword. The sword is the rays that comes from the sun that look like swords. That's going to hit in every angle and send off different types of forms of levels of radiation that's going to chop up through this entire timeline. And those who do not have melanin, it is going to alter their DNA. Everybody's going to get altered, but some are going to get altered, not for the good. And those are the ones that turn to the graves, that hide from the sun and go underground, which is them. So you see their future selves coming back to the...
That's why you got to be careful, y'all, because I end up having a moment where I seen people going underground. I'm not going to lie to you. They had bunkers underground. I saw it. They posted on TikTok. And they were letting people know that they were, they didn't have millions. They were the bad ones. And they were trying to, they're down there getting information on who they're going to sacrifice that has the million. Okay? They were making it seem like they were preparing themselves for what's to come. So these people are already, these were like groups of people that was on some type of list. Like, these are like governments, officials, law enforcement, or someone that works in the CIA, FBI departments, and they're going in the grounds, okay? And they don't have these millions. These people are like, some of them are vampires and shit. They can't stand to be in the sun, you know, and they look for other souls to capture while they in like underground in these bunkers. That's the divine truth. And when these people were there, they were there in what do you call those things? Damn, it's right in front of me. Trailers. They were in little trailers. Okay, there were families. Okay, kids, men, women. They're in families down in those bunkers, and they're hiding out because they know what's coming, but they're preparing themselves mentally, physically, and emotionally. Okay, because when they come, they can manipulate other people and take them down. Okay, that's why it's very important. They just sold me come to my presence with my sword. Okay, because that person at first, when all this shit was going on, they took I had my sword and I was attacking him because he was hindering me, he was stopping me. Y'all, I'm gonna make a part 2 of this, okay? This will be a part 2.